Flappy Bird is the ultimate beginner game developer game. You can make it in every engine, creating it is fast, easy, it teaches you the basics. You can make it for every occasion, your very first game altogether, a warm-up project with a new engine, a last-ditch effort to make something for the September installment of a year-long game jam series, or a chill afternoon project. Guess which one of these occasions I made my Flappy Bird clone for? Hi everyone, it's Bence here, and let me present you my game that I made for the September installment of the 2024 Hungarian One Game a month game jam series. I am not proud of myself about this one, since I went into September with some larger expectations towards myself, but let me talk about the themes to show you what I mean. The three main themes for September were Astro, only text art, not ASCII, edutainment, and the extra theme was card game. The only text art theme seemed like the hardest. My wife had an idea for the only text art theme. It was a Tetris-like game in which, instead of blocks, you have letters that fall and you need to put together words, but once we started to think about how it could be solved, we realized that without some serious adjustment, this game would be very frustrating to play, so I soon skipped this theme entirely. Edutainment is an interesting theme because it does not define the type of game you need to make, it only defines one small requirement, that it needs to provide some valuable information to the player about basically anything. I had a faint idea about a game that teaches about stuff I supposedly know better than the general public, such as heat transfer, nuclear reactors or electric vehicles, but I could not really put a game behind any of these. I do not know why, but I really wanted to go with the Astro theme and the card game at the same time, and I soon had an idea for that. The Astro theme brought astrology to my mind, and the card game theme reminded me of tarot, and the idea to combine these two came naturally. I do not believe in astrology nor tarot. I think the belief in these comes from ignorance, and naturally, there are people who use the ignorance of others to scam them for money. In my game, you would have been such a person. You would have a pack of cards with astro symbols, each symbol with a specific meaning, customers would come in, and your task would have been to create a prediction about the customer's future using the cards. This game idea is simply awesome. On paper. Almost all of my free time in September was spent on detailing how the game would work, what astral symbols I would use, what would they mean, how a prediction would look like, and how would I determine the correctness of the prediction from the customer's point of view. And these were only the game mechanics on paper. I have not written a single line of code. And I think we all know that you cannot make a computer game on paper alone. Sooner or later you must turn your computer on, open a game engine and start developing, otherwise you will end up with nothing. And this is exactly what would have happened to me, but fortunately, Flappy Bird exists, so I had a cheap escape plan and I used it shamelessly. Actually, now that I think about it, I had some shame. As for the game, it is the usual stuff. The background is a pen texture, the asteroids use Unreal's projectile component to move and self-destruct after a few seconds, the spawner spawns the asteroids with some random offset, points are handled by triggers, the spaceship has its downward velocity increased to imitate the downward force of gravity, yes, in space deal with it. All in all, making this game was a useful exercise, I have learned a few things in the process, but looking at the big picture, I am a little bit sad that, once again, I could not complete my initial vision. As usual, I link the game in the description, but this time I do not expect anyone to play it, there are much better Flappy Bird clones out there. I hope that you liked this video, give it a like if you did and subscribe if you want to see more. See you in the next one, bye!